Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is your Reluctant Gringo back again with another video. Over the past 2 weeks, there's been a lot of talk about the release of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, and why it failed to deliver at the box office. Now, while I do not believe that there is a clear answer or a singular answer, because whether a film does well or not is contingent on a lot of different variables, some of the criticism is leaning towards it not being a good film. And this is what I want to address. Just because a film flops, does that mean it's a bad movie? Well, yeah, sometimes, but then again, no. I stand by my review of Furiosa. I loved the film. I thought it was well done, well written, great acting, great action. I think it's one of the best films of the year. However, it did not attract an audience. It currently sits at $119 million gross worldwide on a budget of $168 million to produce. That's with another $100 million thrown in for marketing. So the film is probably going to lose over $100 million and go down as one of the biggest disappointments for Hollywood in 2024. But again, it is not a bad movie. It is a great movie, and will have to find a place amongst those films that flopped at the box office but deserved a better reception. Now, I'm not talking about the Argyles and Madam Webs. I'm not talking about bad movies that deserved a flop because they were poorly written, poorly acted, poorly produced. This is the exact opposite. This is a movie that had a lot of care and quality put into it. But what are the reasons why Furiosa flopped? Our audience is tired of a female girl boss. I'm talking the kind of female girl boss where they don't have to earn their heroism. I'm talking about the Rey Skywalkers of the world. Now, Furiosa does not have that kind of girl boss, but it does have a female protagonist. And our audience is just not willing to take a chance on another weak attempt at supplanting man for woman? Is it the fact that this is a Mad Max saga without Mad Max, and that's what audiences really want to see? That character? And here's what I think the main flaw of this movie was. It is a film about war, desolation, about tribalism, and why bother to pay money to see it when that is what we have been getting for free on the nightly news for the past year and a half? General audiences want escapism from reality right now, and escapism into something more peaceful and more fun. Mad Max is not a fun story. It's dark, it's violent, it's gritty, and it kind of is like the world that we live in now. So again, why pay money for that? Now, I could be right, I could be wrong, it could be one of these things or a combination of all of them. But the one thing Furiosa is not is a bad movie, and that I am sure of. So in honor of that, here is a quick list of films that bombed at the box office but cannot be labeled terrible by anyone who's being honest about film quality. The Shawshank Redemption, considered one of the great films of the late 20th century, made only $29 million on a budget of $25. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Johnny Depp as Dr. Hunter S. Thompson, in the most faithful adaptation of his signature work, made only $10 million on a budget of $18. Blade Runner, maybe a top 5 sci-fi movie of all time, only $40 million on a budget of $30 million without marketing included. Fight Club, Brad Pitt in a role that has become a cornerstone of Gen X culture, only $37 million domestically on a budget of $63 million. Only to later release into international markets did this film make money, reaching $100 million. Still, barely broke even. The original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory starring Gene Wilder. On a budget of $3 million, it could not even make $700,000 worldwide. But who amongst us would dare call that a bad movie? Office Space, one of the funniest films to be released in the last 40 years on a budget of $10 million, it made only $10 million. And again, that's without the marketing included. It's a Wonderful Life, the Christmas movie beloved by generations and viewed by millions every year. It failed to recoup its almost $3 million budget when released in 1949. The Wizard of Oz, an icon of American film, failed to make back its $3 million budget when released, only making money with re-releases in later years. Yes, The Wizard of Oz was a box office disaster for MGM. And finally, the greatest film ever made, Citizen Kane. It failed to make back its $1 million price tag in its initial release. As well, it became the biggest Oscar mistake in history, losing the Best Picture award to How Green Was My Valley, a film you've never seen and probably never heard of. So yes, Furiosa is a great movie that made no money. There have been a lot of these over the decades because yes, as humbling as it sounds and as hard it is to admit, audiences like us sometimes get it wrong and do not respond to great art. It's just the fact. It's a way of life. It happens. No big deal. And that's okay because films, really good films, have a way of achieving a second life, whether it's a cult hit, a re-release, or streaming popularity. which is why when I hear these predictions of Hollywood crumbling, I roll my eyes. If the failures of the films I listed previously did not kill Hollywood, I doubt this failure will be the one to do the trick. And that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did you see Furiosa? Did you like it? Are there other movies out there that flopped that you think deserve a second chance? And check out my other movie reviews and comic book recaps by clicking on the thumbnails at the end of the video. With that, thank you for listening. I'm still your reluctant gringo, and from south of the border, salute and a huevo.